back here at Gorse Hill for some more electrical works with Steve Collins at Contact Electricals. I'm not sure what we're doing today. I think I've got to reprogram those lights, and yeah, we'll see what we're up to. I arrived at 8:30, but he's not arriving till 10:30, which has allowed me some time to have a snooze in the cab of the van and do some tidying up.
Now, from there to that tree, is it worth getting a dig?
I think so, but
yeah,
it's up to you. You're paying for it.
I don't mind paying for it. I'm just thinking of the hassle.
It's not a hassle. It's like a mowing machine to get it.
So we can.
And the thing is, Steve, what I'm thinking, and I know I keep pushing it, but I'm not pushing it. But when I used it, when you use one, you're just converted. It went through. There are going to be a hell of a lot of routes around here.
Yeah, that is true.
And I just went through a route like this size. I had to stand there for about 2 or 3 minutes, and it just chomped its way through the route.
It won't kill the tree, will it?
Well, no, it's got roots all around, 360 degrees. One route's not going to kill it.
Okay.
But you're going to have to go through it anyway. That's what I think anyway. I think we could be here for bloody hours trying to dig through roots. And the other thing is it only digs what you need. Whereas when you dig with a spade, you end up with a fucking great trench, masses of stuff to put back.
We can do it in one day, can't we?
Yeah, you do it in one day.
Yeah. Trench it. Up here.
6 mil goes into there.
6 mil comes up.
And what's this?
There's a few spare in there. What else is in there? Some terminals. Well, we'll take that off and have a look inside.
Right.
But this is an
I see.
isolation
Yeah, no,
point.
it all spreads out from there. So that's a junction.
So what you've got here is, I think there's a contact in there.
Right.
That does these lights. Now what I want to do, hopefully, is measure that 6 mil to there to see if it's good. And we could leave that.
Yeah.
Now we could either earth stake it there.
Do you want me to do that today?
Yeah, but I'd like the boardrooms done.
Yeah, afterwards to do the yeah, have you been in there already?
Yeah.
Earth resistance.
Yeah.
I mean the insulation resistance.
and the loop reading. Because the one cable that goes out of there, I think it links direct to that switch, goes out, goes all the way along and feeds that socket down there.
Yeah.
Now it's where we earth stake it.
So there's a rotary switch up there.
Yeah.
We're going to put earth stake it here.
Well,
we're
this
thinking.
is the thing, where are we going to earth stake it?
But we haven't decided where we're going to earth stake it. But this is going to be a switched fuse spur.
Well, he wants the socket there. So
And he wants the socket
So we'll have to renew that socket.
and a switch fuse spur. Okay, these are shockwave bits. I've got 2 of them. I think I won them at an elect show. But the thing is with them, I love the boxes, but it's full of, I won't say useless, but these Torx bits. It's fine, you know, having them, but there's just so many sizes. And I'm always after, you know, a conventional slot head, and the only slot heads I've got here are the ones that I've replaced, because I've never even taken these out, these Torx bits. I'll show you the ceiling. The ceiling was made up, laid up as you would a glass fibre layup, plaster in a mould, and then Hessian it's forming the structure, the tensile structure. So it's uneven thickness because of the way it was laid up, and even in the flat parts it's uneven. But you'll see that actually cutting through it, where Steve has cut through it with he's had to use a jigsaw. Oh dear. Yeah, look. Look at this edge of that. So I'm very glad that was not me cutting through that. Well, that ain't working, is it? Yeah. Crap on. I've lost so many of these. So that's a Wago box under the floor, which I can't reach from that room. And he did have the floorboards up, he told me to put that lot in. So let's go and see what there is above it. I bet it's a room. Hope it's not a guest room. I think it is. It's a guest room. Fire door keeps shut. Ah, yeah, maybe it's a guest room in there. Oh, this is all open, isn't it? Room number 4. Let's go and ask reception, housekeeping, if room number 4 is taken. Thank you. Okay, so you had the carpet up in here, did he? That's not going to be easy. Basically, I don't believe it. Let's work out a solution. Let's work in solutions here. I can wire them all to one RFDEL and then take my feed for this one from somewhere else. But that would mean putting some conduit in between the two boxes, which if I put conduit between the two boxes and took the feeds all into one, your direct debit payment did not go through this month. To ensure your account remains active, please call Checkatrade. Checkatrade, I think you've come to the end of your useful life. After putting up my subscription to 140 quid a month from whatever it was, 80 quid a month or something, I think you can go and take a running jump personally. I'll get all my feedback off Checkatrade and in case I need to use it. 1,400 quid a year. Go take a running jump. That's 3 grand going out of my account on subscriptions for stuff. How much of that is I've just got to program it. Yeah. Okay, so at the moment we've got control of this from the north end of the sender. So we've got to cancel that instruction, which we do by pressing the learn button in for 3 seconds until I get the 3 flashes per second. Quite tricky to do with a camera. 2, 3, should be 3 flashes per second, not quite long enough. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. No. No, that's only 2, isn't it? Okay. I think it's 3 seconds. Halt. 1, 2, 3. Still not doing it. Okay. Because I don't have the instructions here, because I haven't brought my laptop. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, well let's see if that cancels it. So press that now. No, it's still working. I've got the thing to do the flashing that it's supposed to be doing. So that's flashing 3 every second. So now I can unlearn it by pressing that one, and that's worked. So they are both flashing now. So now I press this, the top one, to learn them. Right. Right, let me just show you something. You can confuse these lights. If I do something confusing with, there you go, I've confused them. I've turned half of them on, half of them off. And if I click them on, the other half go on, the other half go off. So what I've got to do is label it up and say, if that happens, if it gets its knickers in a twist, press and hold for more than a second. No, that's not going to work. Press and hold for 3 seconds, 2, 3, until they reach the same dimming. And then you can dim them together by pressing and holding. And they both go down to the same, but at different rates. What do you think of that? What am I doing in here? Well, circuit number 5 that we saw before was for those downlights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, is not protected by RCD. So I'm going to take the feed and the neutral, stuff it through this box here, put a RCD in. There isn't room in there. Well, that was the idea Steve had, was put an RCD in there and then come back. I don't know why he... Yeah, because they're 3871s, that's why we can't just put an RCBO in. We can't do this up either, so it means that the front isn't attached to the board anyway. We could probably do it, come down here, put an RCD in here, in this one. It's a Proteus RCD. Let's see if I've got any of them in the... We've got a Hager, and we've got a Crabtree. Europa won't fit. Hager will fit in. He's not out here. Where's the door? Up there, is it? There's Steve. There's Steve. I think that goes through to the rest of the hotel. Probably just gone round the other way. And here we are back out in again, and Steve ain't here. He's not in his van. So yeah, look at her. She's got lovely long legs, and she's on the front of the Surrey magazine. I've seen this in a number of sort of boutique hotels and stuff around Richmond and Kew and places like that in southwest London. This is a magazine they have, but I really noticed it's got lovely long legs. So I've got to go from 5, this 3871 number 5, out into here. It's a Proteus in a MK board already, so stuff it. This MK will not take another RCD. I'll put another one in here to undo all this, and I can't do this up. It's already in contravention because I can't get to that screw. I should maybe core a hole through there so that we could get a screwdriver through it. It'd have to be a long one. So, RCD protection. Okay. So sturdy, and only 40 quid to replace on eBay. These AW110s. Oh, there we go. Right, I've got here. Where's the neutral? Ah, okay, find it. It's there. So we've got to come in from bring the load out, maybe behind here. No, I can't get behind there. So the load's going to have to come out through a hole somewhere. God, it stinks. Right, what I've done is I've pulled out what I thought. I've counted up and I've pulled out what I think to be the neutral for this circuit that I'm going to RCD protect, but I haven't pulled out this yet, so I'm going to pull out the line as well. There we go. Now those are the two I think. If I've pulled the right line out, then definitely this will not be at 230 volts. If I've pulled the wrong mat, then the chances are that will be at 230 volts. But if it's not at 230 volts, it doesn't prove it. It's not a null hypothesis. So I'm going to test this for 230 volts, and then I'm going to put that back on, and I'm going to turn the circuit on, and I'm going to see if the lights work with this neutral pulled out. That'll be a further test of whether I've got the right neutral. Well, I've done the test, and as you can see, it doesn't light up. It's tricky to get it on there without crop clips, but when I do touch it, there are no lights in my Martindale, my shit Martindale. So now the thing is to join the line back up to its respective carrier and turn on that circuit and see if that neutral goes to 230 volts when with the circuit turned on. Do I get a light? If it is, then I've got the right circuit. It's difficult. Yes, it does, as you can see. So turn number 5 off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, see, that's with number 5 turned off. With number 5 turned on, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be 230 volts, and it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn number 5 off. And what do we get? What I've been trying to do for the last 20 minutes is get my load cable up underneath this through the back of these MCBs and up here, and I've tried for 20 minutes, so I'm going to try with a thicker piece to fish it through down there and come out the bottom and tape it together and see if I can pull it through. So I've found that the M2 switches, which I'm going to change for that's because that's not a top hat DIN rail, it won't go on, even though the RCDs do. I've got my load and my supply 1mm cables in, ready to. Okay, so my surgeon's pliers are in there, and I've managed to hoik the end of this with them. There we go. That's going to pull through. So, take my surgeon's pliers off. Sorry if it's not very clear, is it? There we are. Pulled through from the back of here. Pulled through that. Now, cut it about 6 inches too short. Well, I've got the cables in, the conductors in. We're not going to change this one anymore because we're not going to do that festoon lighting in the trees before Christmas. He's decided. And I've got the cables in the back, which I'm quite pleased with. The only thing is that it won't go back. I hate it. Yeah. I can't get that right way back. Sorry. It won't go right the way back, so I'm going to get some standoffs and put it on there. I don't suppose when they put this in, they really considered these screws here come right through the back and stick out. And there's a bunch of cables just behind there as well. So if I push it back, I'm in danger of pushing those cables onto the screws. You can just see in there those cables, and there's these screws in here come right through the back. I could just change the screws, but what I'm going to do is put standoffs on there. I'm going to see with the camera if I can record what is preventing it from going back by filming inside there and seeing what it is that is preventing me pushing it back. Steve's left, it's 4 o'clock, so we call that 6 hours, 5.5 hours plus travel. Not bad. I'm working for him for 20 quid an hour, and on the weekends. Bit less in the weekday. But I don't mind because it's stress free. I'm not in charge of the job, he is, so it's, you know, pocket money and it's nice work because at the end of the day I'm not carrying the can for it. He's decided to knock off that. We were going to put festoon lights all down there. We're going to put festoon lights down in those trees for a Christmas party, but he's decided Christmas parties are, it's better in the summer. And well, we were going to get a trencher, we couldn't get the trencher for Monday, and so I don't know if you've used those trenchers. I'll put a photo of a trencher on, the trencher that I'm talking about. It goes through the biggest roots. If you come across a root, and we will in those trees, it'll chomp through it in a few minutes, a couple of minutes. It's just like a massive chainsaw, but they dig quite a narrow channel, so they don't give you so much spoil that you're spending a whole afternoon back breaking putting it back again. I'm going to have a David Savoury moment. I've got my suit in the car because I'm going to a Memorial Vespers in Cranley.